Yo, what's up everyone, and welcome back for another video. It's again a Saturday. That means we have another dungeon guide. It's another dungeon walkthrough. This time it's a classic dungeon called Maraudon. And I'm right outside it here. It's actually not the entrance to the dungeon because there's a labyrinth down here, or some tunnels. So I'll show you all the way down there because it can be a bit of a mess. And obviously, if you know this place, there's multiple entrances and accesses in the dungeon as well. But if you don't go into the right one, you won't be able to do the route that I've been doing. So before we actually go into the tunnels, obviously, as always, I'm going to show you where it's located if you do not know that either. It's over here in Kalimdor. It's down here in Desolens. I don't know how to pronounce that correctly. Desolens, I think it's called. And the way I go here, or I come here, get here, is that I'm a druid, so I'm gonna go into my dream walk, and I'm gonna take a portal up to this location right here, and then I'm gonna fly over. I guess if you're a horde, you can go to Thunderbluff and you can just fly over the mountains. But if you're not either a druid or a horde, it actually takes quite a long flight to get here. I mean, you can go obviously to the Tenaris and fly all the way, or you can go to Mount Hygel and fly all the way down. But I mean, there's no close location, no close portal that I know of to get here. So if you're a druid, it's the easiest. You go to Feralis, to this location up here, and then you can just fly up. But again, let's get into it. Let's go into this tunnel. You're obviously going to go through these doors, and then there is quite a bit of way down there. So I'll try my best to explain how to get there. By the way, this location here is quite useful if you are using a druid. If you dream walk from inside the place, when you use it in your dream walk to get back to Maraudon, you will actually spawn here, and then you'll have to make your way all the way down to the entrance again. So just a little tip: if you are doing it on a druid, make sure you exit the dungeon first and then dream walk, because then once you dream walk back, you'll be right outside the entrance, ready to enter it again. So that's just a little tip. But basically, you go through here. There's another pair of stairs here. You just jump down, and then here is the place where you can go multiple ways. There's an exit this way, which we will actually be familiar with once we do the dungeon. And then you can go this way here as well, and go down to a portal where you can go to the inner Maraudon. However, that is not what we're going to do. We are going to go over to the purple crystal side, and then go over the bridge. This is down here with the inner Maraudon. But we're going to go to the purple side, the purple crystal side, and then we're going to make our way through, make our way, and then the entrance is right here. I think that's the easiest portal to get to. However, the red crystal or the orange crystal side, basically we're going to go from this entrance all the way to the purple, the orange crystal side. So you can either enter from the purple side or the orange crystal side. It doesn't really matter, because we are actually going to exit on that side, because we're going to run across Maraudon. We're basically going to run all the way across, and instead of going left here on the map, as you can see on the screen, down to the inner Maraudon, we're actually just going to continue over and kill all of these mobs over here, and then exit over here where it is the orange crystal side. So let's just do it. And let's show the loot at the very end. It's quite a long dungeon. I think it's about 5 minutes, and you have to sell every second or third run, so you will be spending pretty much the 6 minutes per run, excuse me, as you will have to sell a lot as well. So make sure you either have a speed set or a really fast class, bear the tar as well. And you can even go as far and do Swiftman potions if you are doing it on a character below 50, which is what I do. I do it on a 45 one. So I'm running pretty fast. I'm a druid with Dreamwalk and everything. I have a speed set. I have a lot of movement abilities, a cat form. This is my standard movement speed, and I can even go faster than a flying mount for a second. So I'm having a pretty decent speed set, and I do it in 5 minutes. So make sure you optimize your farming character as much as you can to be able to make this run efficient. With that being said, it's also a dungeon where you have to cut out a lot of mobs if you want to do it efficient. You can't do all of the mobs. More specifically, I do I try to avoid the bosses because some of them are a bit annoying and like inside rooms where you don't really need to. Like this one, you can kill it, but there's stealth mobs on either side. You will have to wait for them to come to you or like run to them. So just a little bit of extra time, and the bosses are usually don't drop you anything valuable anyways. So I tend to avoid the bosses. I'll show you 2 other bosses that I avoid as well, because it's just they're so isolated from all the mobs. It's not like you can kill them like really quickly next to the mobs. Maybe that one there is the only exception. But the next 2 bosses is just like all alone in a room, and they will just take valuable seconds, even like now that you have a long run. So I tend to not kill them. But besides the long run, not killing the bosses, it's actually not that good of a dungeon. I actually had high hopes for it because obviously it's a long dungeon. There's a lot of mobs, so I thought it would be a really good run. However, the items I've received and the prices on them is not amazing. So it's not a good dungeon actually. You're not gonna make a lot of gold from it. Yeah, this is the place where I said that we are gonna run across. Now you can see here I'm with the fall or the poison falls. So if you go down there, you go to the inner, but we're obviously just gonna kill these mobs down here because there's a group, some groups of mobs here that we want to gather as well, and then we're gonna run up and this way towards the well, the exit over here. So so we're just gonna run through here, and this is actually where one of the bosses comes. So you kill this pack and then you turn right. You can go in there and kill the boss, but again, it's only a boss, and if you run fast, it's not a lot of seconds that you use for it, but still, I tend not to do it because bosses don't drop anything anyways, so there's no point in doing it. And the same with this one down here. There's a boss down there in the water elemental. I don't go down and kill that either. I just kill these small maggots, and then I'll just continue on with the run. Let's kill it. So just gonna go up here, and then we are actually going towards the last mobs or the last areas where we are gonna kill mobs, and then we will be at the exit / entrance because you are gonna go in there again. So you're basically just gonna run back and forth, because once you've exited on this side here, you will go outside, you will dreamwalk, and you will either sell or just dreamwalk back. Or if you don't need to sell, you obviously don't want to dreamwalk, you just want to reset the dungeon and then just enter it again. But you are actually going to enter on this side then, and then you have to do backwards basically. So you're just going to run back and forth. Another thing you can do in this dungeon if you want to is have mining or herbalism, because there is these mithril deposit, and then there's also the ghost mushroom that you can gather if you want to. I have not done any of them. I do have mining on this one, but I just don't want to spend the time on it, and mithril is not that pricey on my server, so you're not going to make a ton of extra gold. The ghost mushroom, however, is pretty decent to gather and do actually sell for quite a bit, but I just have not been bothered, and I do not have herbalism on this character either. So you can do it if you want to. Just a little tip here from here, but I didn't do it. I don't think it's worth it, but you can do it if you want to. But this is what I meant, and now we are on the purple, or not the purple, the orange crystal side, and then you can just reset and then run back in, or you can dreamwalk and then you can sell and then you can dreamwalk back, and you will actually be here, and then you can just enter again. So that was the run. Both the run, or the route down here, or down to the entrance, but also the whole run that I do. You're basically just running across the instance, and then you will receive some of these items here, a lot of flowers and and a lot of items, but not that much in terms of actual value. You will also get these small bags here. I tend to just open them. I don't think I've received anything good from them. The only thing is that you get some extra flowers. So yeah, I just opened them, and there's some gold or some money in there as well, but nothing amazing, of course. But this is what I'm left with from 100 runs. I What is this? We'll just keep it over here. A lot of items, but as I said, nothing amazing. But we're just gonna go through it real quick because it's actually not that good, so we don't want to spend too much time on it. The blues is a little bit more interesting. There's some chests down here that's a bit interesting, but most of these items are just not that great, so I'm just gonna go through it quite quickly. We got some well, a belt here, a waist. We've got 3 of them for 1,000. We got these ones here, which is apparently 5,000, so that is a bit interesting. That's quite cool looking with the red there. 5,000, that is decent. We got some shoulders, nothing too interesting about them. 1,000, 1.1 almost. We got another pair of shoulders, again, nothing interesting, just 1,000 gold. We got a cloak here, 1.1. Then we got some gloves here, the Pathfinder gloves, which is 1.8. We got some Stepford gloves. These are a part of a set. There's a lot of Stepford pieces, but not in this dungeon. It's only the gloves. So 1.5, no. 750. I got 5 of them. Again, nothing too interesting. Got some, excuse me. Got some braces, which is 3k a piece. I got 2 of them. We've got some other braces, which is only 860 gold. Got 4. Got some shields, Slayer's shield, which is 1.5. Got iron counterweight, which is a recipe, which is 1.2. And then we got green iron gauntlets, which is 1.1. Again, nothing amazing. What had we been over here? Cloaks we have been. We got some watchers leggings, which is only 1.4. We got this one here, which is, well, it looks horrible, especially on a walk-in as I am. But it has a 0.02 star rate, which is pretty decent, and it's 1.6. And I got 7 of them, so this is a decent item. It has a better star rate than most items, and it, yeah, 1.7 is decent, I guess. We got some stone cloth rope, which is 750 gold. Market value is 3.3 though, or 3.2. So a rope, which is pretty good. Ropes tend to do really well, but not the best of values. Then we got a chest piece here, which is only 800 gold. I got 5 of them. Then we have a chest piece over here. Excuse me, I'm a little bit ill, that's why I'm coughing, so I apologize for that. Rain colors vest, which is 900 gold. Again, nothing amazing, nothing too interesting. Region market value is 10k, so I would have liked that to be 10k, but it's only 900 gold, so we'll see if it sells. We got a golden chest piece here, which is 1.5. I do have a lot of these because these are quite popular in the classic dungeons. You get them quite often in other dungeons as well. We got this one here, which is actually a part of the belt set here as well, which is 2k, so decent. Then we got a stone cloth vest, which is almost 1,000 gold. Again, nothing super interesting. And then here's like 2 items. The ring colors rope, which is 4.5, and then there is the rope here, which is 11, almost 12k. These are the 2 only green items that is like really interesting. I mean, there is these hoodies here has a good sell rate, but other than that, there's nothing really interesting of the greens. Other than the rain colors robe and this robe right here. So again, nothing amazing. I ran over it pretty quickly and I didn't say any names or anything like that, but as you can see, nothing really interesting, nothing to go in depth with. Nothing really amazing. 4.5 and 11, 12k. Not great. The blues, swiftly moving on. The blues, we got weapon here, 200 weapon, which is only 800 gold. This used to be a really good item back in the days, but it dropped tremendously, so now it's not really that great. We got some shoulders here, which all used to be better, but only 1,000 gold now. We got a star folder, it's a wand, 1.7, nothing amazing either. Got some boots, which again is nothing like that. The items are just like, it's decent value, I guess, to keep them and try and sell them off, because there's over 1,000 gold, most of them. But again, nothing amazing, and I don't even know if any of these items will sell and how fast they will sell. So it's just a bunch of like okay items, I guess, but poor sell rates and a value over 1,000 to 2,000. Some of them are 5 and 10,000. But again, nothing amazing. A dagger or sword here, one-handed sword for 2,000. A mace here for 4,000. We do, however, get this one here, which is the best of the items that I received, which is 20k now on my server. It's a 200 sword. It's a kind of like yeah, samurai sword on the back, kind of like the same style as the fell steel long blade, which is quite popular. So people kind of like when they are on the back like this. So that is a pretty decent item. That is probably the only of the items that I received that is decent. Maybe these ropes here. And then I got 2 blue recipes. One is this one, the golden scale shoulders, which is 15,000. And then we got a guardian belt, which is 30,000. So these 6 items down here is probably the only one that is worth writing home about. It's not amazing. I'm actually so disappointed in this video. That's why I'm not really putting that much effort into this video or these items here, because I really have hoped that Maraudon was going to be way better than it was. You can also see by the result here that is actually horrible. Got a marker that shows the market value of my item, and it's 170,000. It's so bad. It's not even 200k in my bags. So that's why I've done it really, really quickly. I don't really want to waste any more of your time as well as my own, because there's nothing amazing to get from in here. There's definitely way better dungeons in Classic to do. So, and considering that is so big and it takes a lot of time, and yeah, it's just not worth doing. Basically, that's the end of the story. However, as well, I did get a lot of the flowers. I haven't had the space in my bags to do it. Just to quickly make it to say that as well, or mention that I do have a lot of flowers here in my guild bank. That's why I store all my loot when I do the runs. So I have a lot of flowers here, and I calculated to be around 17,000 gold in all these flowers here and other items, stones and stuff. So you will also get that if you decide to keep it. Almost 20k in herbs, flowers. But that still doesn't even take us to 200k. So it doesn't do much for the run either. Yeah, it's horrible. Don't do it. Do something else. Go check some of my other videos, because there is some well, there's a lot of other dungeons that you can do that even are quicker than this and will make you a lot more gold than this. So yeah, don't do this. But if you watched it all the way to the end, probably not. But if you did, leave it a like so I can see how many actually watched it. I appreciate it, of course, if you do, because it takes the view time on my video way up if you watch the whole thing. But yeah, this is a horrible dungeon. Don't do it. Maybe I've just been unlucky and not got anything. Well, the RNG has not been with me, but for what I've received for 100 runs is horrible. So go spend your time on something else, I guess. Subscribe if you still want to see what other stuff I do or what other stuff I have been doing. Then go check it out on my channel, and then I'll see you in the next video, which hopefully will be better or more interested in this one at least. Goodbye.